Don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's on every day. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, we'll celebrate. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders.
All right, good morning, guys. Yo, what a fucking awesome day yesterday. Happy day after the 4th, huh? Dude, cool fucking day yesterday. I hope your holiday was great, by the way, and it's great to see you guys this morning. By the way, Choina, good morning. Biggie, good morning. Gary, good morning. Drop King, good morning. Cats, good morning. Dude, Cats, you got a hell of a drive ahead of you, man. Dude, yesterday was so much freaking fun, I gotta say. Between the show in the morning and getting some good quality time with the fam and doing fireworks and all that. Like, yesterday was cool. By the way, the morning show yesterday, awesome. Loved it. We did a Spaces on top of the morning stream, like our video show. And that's going to be a weekly thing. It has to be. Especially that show being virtuals focused, right? Monday through Friday virtual show. And with the new governance proposals that actually, realizing when we were live yesterday, we got to talk about that stuff. Have to. Like, there's some really important things being voted on. And through the course of that, hour and a half conversation, I realized, like, man, there was things I was just going to blanket vote yes on that, by the end of the Spaces, I realized I don't even like the DAO. I don't want the community to run that platform. So it just shows how important that conversation is. So we're going to keep doing that. As of now on Fridays, and we'll tweak that as we go, as we see who's coming and who's interested in that talk and whatever. Anyway, it was just a blast yesterday. I gotta tell you, dudes, the fireworks show here, like local one, was so good. It's been years since I've been to one, I think. Normally we'll just sit out in our neighborhood and, you can see local fireworks popping off. But yesterday, we went out and saw like a legit show. Holy shit, dude. Like, fireworks have either gotten better or they just put on a hell of a show, but it was like loud and it was really close and big fire. It was just cool. It was cool. Hope did any of you guys get to a fireworks show yesterday? Benny, good morning, man. Anyway, it was just awesome day yesterday. I think I needed it, like, just getting out of the house. I tell you guys a lot. I don't ever leave, like, very rarely. Sometimes I'll go a month and just not leave the house, like not leave. And there were points, I mean, especially back during COVID, and this was pretty normal, but 6 months, not leaving, not going past the driveway. I get in a habit of doing that way too much. And yesterday was just a good reminder that getting out's pretty fucking great. So need to do that more. Today, Yo, good morning, man. Today, it's going to be a shorter stream. We used to only do an hour. They were just hour streams, right? And then over the past, yeah, dude, I'm fucking hyped for this movie, man. It got a review leaked about Superman, by the way. We got a review that leaked about Superman, and it's like, people said it's awful, like, terrible movie. We'll go find that review at some point. But anyway, let me stay on track here real quick. Used to do hour streams. Now on the weekend, we're going 3, 4, 5 hours. And I actually prefer that. That's what we'll keep doing. Except for today. Today's going to be an hour. Reason being, and I invite all you guys to join, but I still work for the Crypto Bats, and today's a pretty monumental day in the world of Ozzy Osbourne. It's his last ever live performance. It's the Back to the Beginning, festival out in Birmingham, and this is it. This is Ozzy's last ever live performance. Now, they've made a whole day out of it, a whole festival, and I'll pull up the lineup. It's like some killer bands. I'm not like a metalhead, but there's some bands I absolutely fucking love there. Probably Alice in Chains is like top of that list. Look, I'm a 90s like grunge kid, right? So I'm like, I can't wait for like Alice in Chains. I think Mastodon's playing. Maybe Queens of the Stone Age. I don't think so, but maybe it will pull up the list. But anyway, streaming it live over in the Crypto Bats Discord. So if you're a Bats holder and you're looking for something to do, come over there. We're streaming it there starting in 90 minutes. 90 minutes, I'll stream there, and it's all day. There's like 20 plus bands, I think, playing. It's going to be wild. Choina, speaking of DAOs, a huge Aavegotchi meeting today. A VC firm is presenting their proposal to attempt to buy out the treasury and disband. Wow. Knowing you guys, you're not going to go for it, right? But Choina, then it goes back to what I was saying yesterday about the virtual stuff. I'd rather a strong leader than having the DAO manager thing. How much work is it? And you guys are probably like the best DAO out there. If not, the best, you're one of the best. And it's so much work. I prefer having a strong leader and then a way for the community to have a representation. Like, community council makes sense. I'm still going to throw that out there somehow, some way in virtuals, and they need a community council there. And I think then the virtuals need to be, steering that ship. Yeah, that's what I think, at least. Anyway, China, that's huge. That's fucking huge. Edge, good morning, man. Really big. Dude, I'm like, I don't know how to like rank where I'm at with the Superman movie, but I'm like super hyped. Dude, I used to collect action figures. I'm a huge fucking nerd. Before NFTs, collectible stuff, right? I used to buy and flip collectibles and comics and cards and like everything. I used to do that online. And I made okay money doing that. That wasn't like my full-time gig, but I always had some way of making money. I was always flipping things for $100, $500, $1,000. Like I was always finding things to flip. I just was good at, good at seeing what people were going to want and good at finding the limited edition stuff. And anyway, when COVID happened and I got dialed into crypto and NFTs, I had told you this story at some point, smashed my Xbox. I had to get away from gaming. Smashed my Xbox, literally smashed it. Took a hammer and like smashed. Because I needed a way, like I needed to force myself to stop gaming and like lock in. And I took all my action figures and I boxed them up. And I stopped watching TV and I stopped reading. I stopped doing anything that wasn't crypto. And I miss that. And I love it. And I'm kind of mad at myself for not being fully locked in like that now. But it's so boring in crypto right now, isn't it? I'm not alone there, am I, guys? Like that, it's the most. This is like bear market boring. This is like worst of 2023 boring. To me, it is, at least. Like I'm not having fun trade. It might be a me problem, but I'm not having fun trading. I'm not having fun learning stuff. I'm not seeing anything out there that's exciting to me. I'm not seeing people like innovating and putting effort forward. I'm just seeing stuff like extraction. I just see people extracting and scamming, and it's not fun. I'm not like miserable, but it's boring, and I don't see anything that's worth my time right now. That's usually when it's time to explore further and see, because there's got to be something there. But I think what it is it's not to say there's nobody building and innovating, but like the space doesn't reward that. And you kind of think that if somebody is innovating, it's not going to go anywhere. Nobody's throwing money at that stuff. It's boring. Wow. Okay. So that VC proposal, unsolicited, came from nowhere. It's a Korean firm looking to expand the Aavegotchi IP to the market. A lot of pushback from the DAO, but we'll hear them. What do you think the odds are of that passing? I can't imagine you guys would go for it. But what's interesting here, Benny? So I always look for like feelings and signs and signals. And like when we hit the bear market, I never felt like despair. And I never felt like the bottom. I never felt it. And I think it's really interesting now that we're in a bull market. And I think we all still agree we're before the best part of the bull market, or maybe the final part of the bull market, like peak euphoria. I don't think we've hit that, man. We've had little pockets, and maybe it's just that it's been spread out across like multiple events, but still think the best is coming. And I also think the best of the innovation is coming once we pass the Genius Act and the Clarity Act. And I really think the best is coming. And if we're in a bull market and Bitcoin's at 108K, we'll look at all this stuff, 108K, and we feel like this, God damn, like, dude, when we start getting the innovation and the stuff that excites us and the money that flows back in, if it does, I think it does, then look out. Then look out, man. I'm going to stay dialed in here. Rocky, good morning, man. Very good to see you, sir. So, yeah, just interesting time. I don't like being bored here in crypto. And I also have to remind myself of what it was like, all these previous years, that, look, we'd have a couple weeks or maybe a couple months of like good action and then nothing in between. You know, like it almost felt like every year the cycle or the pattern was January hot and hot till like March, April, and then May, June, July, August, you know, dead with nothing to do and no money to make. And then maybe we pick up sometime in the fall, or maybe we pick up December, but you know, one of those or two of those years we didn't. It was dead throughout until we hit, you know, we had like 6 months periods of like nothing. So I got to remind myself that this is normal. I think what's different here is usually in these slow stretches, nobody's here. Usually it's dead. And I used to use spaces like going on X and looking at how many spaces were being hosted. That was my barometer, right? When it was dead, no spaces. Nobody's here to talk. It was just dead. And that's different now. In the dead periods, everybody's still here talking. There's just nothing to talk about, but everybody's still here talking right now because maybe they're incentivized to do it because of yaps, because people think like I do that the best is still coming. But the space has changed, and maybe just saying it out loud helps us, like, you know, feel things out. I don't know. Yo, good morning. But it's different. It's different right now. And if the main thing that's different is it's dead like usual, but more people are here talking, just good to be aware of. As the proposal stands, odds are about no fucking chance. Yeah. China, if they proposed no, you know, this buyout, you know, doing away with the DAO, but giving the community still a large voice in a way that, you know, would matter, would you guys consider it? A lot of whales who have a lot of voting power who left. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So they could come back and vote and be out. Yeah, dude. Interesting. Interesting. Man, I want to go see more fireworks. I think there's another show tonight. It was so fucking fun last night. All right, we're gonna get to market stuff and we'll go do some digging. I think there's some stuff up on virtuals. But, oh shit, hang on, let me peek real quick. I might have missed it. There's a launch. There's a launch I meant to get in and I did not commit to yet, and I might have just missed it. Guys, ACP went live this week. It's a big week. There's a lot happening. 25. Okay, I think I'm committing to spread. 25 minutes to go. I think I'm going to throw some points at spread. By the way, because there's not much time, I'm going to hit this first. I'm really thinking about going all in on something like spread. 200% oversubscribed. If I can 3x my money and make a few $100, I might do it and sell and take a 10-day cooldown because I don't know what's coming right now in the next few weeks that I give a shit about. I might be happy to go and cool down and just take a break. Still cover it, right? But take a break from, you know, thinking about points. I'm tempted to. So we got spread right now. Good morning, English. Good to see you, buddy. Go Hacker. I think that's going to be good too. That's open in 30 minutes. That goes live. Lily, I think, is super spicy too. Maybe like memecoin, NSFW agent. Like Lily's interesting. Zaya. These three right here, I think, are really good. So, you know, maybe I'm going to spread out my points, all of them, like everything I got between those four, and actually sell them. Actually take profits on all of it. So we'll see. Yo, I would like to, but you know, like that's been my strategy from the start. And here I am like 2 months in and I'm only getting to, you know, 160K is what I've gotten to. By the time I get to a million's going to be worth what, you know, 100K are today, which isn't much. We're getting so diluted. It's just that old plan to just get that big stack and go all in. Everybody's doing it. I don't think it works now. I don't think it's going to work by the time I get to a million. Now, if I make some money on meme coins or flip an NFT and then I go buy a big bag of Iris and stake it and get a bunch of points, then I can go like speed run that, right? Get to a million first. That changes it. But I need to get liquid somewhere to play this hard now to race to a million, because otherwise the grind isn't, it's going to be a while. So yeah, the game has just changed over here. Mike Bennett, good morning. Okay. Why the fuck? I'm all over, but I bought a fucking action figure for the first time in like 5 years. That was that's where I was going with that. I bought a fucking Superman action figure. I gotta say, dude, I don't want to get back into collecting this shit, but they look good. Like I think I'm gonna get back. I don't want to get back into collecting these things, but the new figures look good. They look okay. I'm stuck on the wire on the cape. Like I'm stuck on that you can pose the cape even too now, which is cool. Anyway, it's badass. I like it. Superman's out Tuesday, Wednesday, I think. Soundman, good morning, man. Let me see. Hang on. Wait till you get 1 million. Yeah, I see, yo. That's what I want to do. I just don't think it's going to work. By the time we get 1 million, it's not going to be worth what it is today. 1 million still will get you $30 worth of something, which you'll then 3, 4, 5x. You're still talking not much, but we'll see. You guys fucking funny. It's so boring. Okay, Superman out Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to see it Friday. First review's in, and again, it came from, was it Daily Beast? Superman said it's awful. Hey, wait. Is Yo-Yo's Francis? Do you know who Yo-Yo is? Yeah, it was Daily Beast said Superman, it's like a cartoon, which I actually like. I actually like that. They said it's like light on character development. I think that sucks. That's my worry with it, that it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, but light. That's my worry. But like if you compare it to a cartoon, which is what I've heard from, some others that have seen it, that it's very much like a Superman animated, episode, like the animated series or something. Fucking yes, I want that. I need something that feels different and is more lighthearted and fun. And like over the top comic-y too. I'm all about that. I think the movie's not going to be amazing, and I think I'm going to love it. That's my guess right now. So my expectations are low for how good of a movie is it, but will I love it? I'm betting as of now from what I've heard, I think I'm going to love it. I think it might be one of my favorites. Was there a Lily Turner interview? Did somebody interview her or them? Did someone interview Lily Turner? English is not out till next week, dude. I wish. Did Francis interview Lily Turner? Like the dev? Yeah, Francis Dunn. Did he interview Lily Turner? Is he on? He's on YouTube, right? No shit. That's cool. I know Francis controversial, all that stuff. I like him. I like everybody. We need characters, man. We need strong personality. Hey, shit! Look, he's got our swarm up here. Look at that. Cool shit. I would love to chat with this dude. Okay. Dude, I think Lily's going to be awesome. Oh, dude, he got the avatar up there, huh? This is cool. By the way, I want to get Lily on. Yo-Yo's not Francis. Be cool as shit if it is, but Yo-Yo ain't Francis. If it is, what's up, Francis? Dude, if it is Francis, come on the show sometime. But dude, okay. This is a little for us. I am not on the Crypto Slam side. On the Crypto Slam side, I can't interview the NSFW projects. I can't. It's just like this is just the thing. Like we don't it's, we need to keep it PG-13-ish or something. Can't interview NSFW projects, which I'm a little bummed. I can cover them. I put them in my newsletter, right? I'll talk about them because I think the NSFW meta is here, but I can't come and interview and platform that stuff, which is a bummer because I want to. Maybe I'll do it on this channel. I want to talk to Lily Turner, their project. In fact, I think it's fucking awesome they went on any show. because the previous NSFW project was a scam. I think it drained somebody's wallet here, DropKing, which is crazy. Yeah. Anyway, why do you think Yo-Yo Street is Francis? That I gotta hear. That I gotta hear. Cool if it is, but I don't think it is. Okay. Real quick with virtuals, I'm not going to stay on it long. I am going to decide if I want to throw points at spread. I like it. It sounded English, by the way, the accent. Not wait. It sounded, yeah, English. Okay, so we had ACP go live this week. The Butler agent confirmed that it's the game token that's going to power that guy. It's not even, you're not going to use the token in it. ACP uses virtual. Virtual's gonna be used to buy back game token. That's how that works. What else happened? Governance live, voting is live now. Again, we talked about that yesterday. We're not going to do it much today, but I do need to decide if I'm throwing some points. And again, I want to sell. Oh, hey, we got our points. Man, 13. I did EVA yesterday. I did end up doing it. I'm just getting shitty ass points here. Vader yapping. Voted points. Yeah, man. And I'm not getting Butler points. I don't know how to get Butler points other than maybe using Butler, but I did use Butler yesterday. I did one prompt or whatever using the Butler agent. Look, this thing's real cool, but I like that they set expectations, keep it small, like expectations low. This is 1999 of the internet. This is like the dawn of like agent commerce. I like that they set the stage that way. We talked about it yesterday with live Whack XBT. It was on a show, a stream yesterday with Whack XBT, Velvet Unicorn or Velvet Capital, Loki, and Athena, Blue Decks. Great guys, all those. Gonna start doing more of those ACP focused, like chats on my channel on Swarm Report too. And I have a dude I'm talking to be co-host. I don't know if it's every episode or what, but I want to start getting more regular contributors to the show. So like rotating co-hosts or something like that. And I've got 2 people in mind. Both of them have said yes. One of them I think is just so fucking cool and was, one of our interviews recently too. So expect Swarm Report to keep changing, where I go from it's fucking an hour of talking everything to then 30 minutes of pure market and updates and keeping it tight. We're going to have a range of stuff. Plus then now the weekly spaces, which might honestly need to be more than once a week. Governance stuff, I think, is going to take a lot of time. So yeah. All right, let's go look at the crypto market. Guys, should I do spread? I mean, I think I should. It's really like, do I go hard at spread or do I go hard at Lily? I think Lily might be awesome. What's up, Hoods? What's up, Andrew? I do need to use some points, so we got 15 minutes left on spread. Only 200%, man. And I like prediction markets, and it is a live prediction market already. Like, again, I don't think it'd be dumb to go all in. Like, all in, turn 100 something bucks into probably 300-400. It's more than I'm making anywhere else right now. I don't think that'd be stupid. And I do think this could be more like a 3-4x, maybe. Maybe I'm going to do, what if I do 30,000 points? I think I'm going to do this. 26 point, whoops. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. I got no virtual. Hang on. Can I go swap real quick? It's like I get more points and it still doesn't feel worth it. Sounds dumb, but I think, what is it? Virtuals isn't broken. It's the wrong way to say it, but it's like, It's not the same. It's hard to make money on virtuals right now. Okay, I have $30 in ETH. I think I'm going to go swap for. Yeah, let me go swap for some virtuals here. Man, this is okay. Now, here's the problem with virtuals, too. It's not a virtuals problem. But if you sell, you go in timeout. If you don't sell, well, you got to keep buying more virtual to keep playing. And now I've finally reached that point where my initial bag of virtual I made from selling Virgin, I made a lot. I made like $1,600. I've used it all. So now I'm at the point where I'm just going to have to keep buying in and buying in and buying in. And for what? For gains on paper. That's a little bit, $20 here, $30 there. And if I sell it, then I'm, out of the game for a week and a half. And on top of that, it's all staked. So really, I need to unstake it 2 weeks later, get it back, then sell it. And then I can be in timeout for a week and a half. Like it's a really tricky spot right now. Yeah, I don't have enough ETH on base even now to really get enough virtual to play this stuff. $30 in ETH. It's gonna be what, like 12, 10 virtual, like 10, 9 virtual-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, and I don't really want to go find ETH somewhere or buy some ETH and then bridge it over and then swap it. Yeah, I don't like where I'm at now. If I can I don't think we got a 10x. What I'm thinking in my head is if I could 10x, some virtual $30 into 300, sell it in 10 days, get back in the game. Kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't think we got a 10x on spread. We're not going to 1 point something mil with spread. I don't think nothing's given us a mil. Eva did. I mean, fuck, I could hang on. Let me peek at Eva because I did buy. I don't think I staked my Eva yet. Let me check. Did I even claim? Yeah, I didn't claim. Eva's at 1.5. Yeah, I don't think I. Okay, I wouldn't hate this. 65. I wouldn't hate. I mean, it's only $100, but I wouldn't hate starting my timeout here. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Selling this now and getting that timeout. And then I'd be breaking even basically, or maybe a tiny loss. But let me think. Selling, timeout, and then I've got, I'm just thinking all this virtual that, if I sell and get this and I go play spread right now and Lily and these next few, same thing. I'll go in those and sell all those as well. It's going to extend my time out, but by 3-4 days, I want to be ready for, about 15 days. What I want to be, this would actually hurt my longer term game plan, which is VPay. VPay is the one I want to make sure I go much harder at. Right? I think VPay is super interesting. In 9 days. I don't want to be on timeout and miss getting points for that. I think this might get baked throughout ACP. Musty, good morning, man. Yeah, shit. I think I can't do what I was thinking. I might just sell and take that loss on Eva to play spread and to play, again, all this stuff. Or fuck it. Let me just stop being a bitch and go swap for a little virtual. How about that? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. I'm just going to get a little. Okay. ETH to virtual. We'll play little bits. I mean, yeah, but these little plays just, they're not adding up. It's not working. If you had to pick one to play, guys, would it be Lily? Would you play Lily or would you play Spread? Also, fuck MetaMask. I see more and more people moving to Rabby. It's definitely time. .01. Here we go. Okay. 0.009. Okay, I'm gonna get $20 worth of virtual. Ain't much. And then between today tomorrow, I'll fund my. I'll get a little more so I can play Lily a little harder and that Zaya one. And what else? Jesus Christ. Oh, dude, we need to watch the trailer for Hail Mary too. That looks fucking amazing. Okay, we got a little virtual. Let's do a little to spread. Okay, almost there. So I got a one of my cents listed. Okay, so I'm in. Whatever. $20, $10, whatever. Yeah, that's smart, man. Lily. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna fund myself to get Lily tomorrow for sure. Okay, I have a cents listed. I can get a little liquid there. I can take an offer on that, which I probably will end up doing. And yeah, again, get a little liquid. Still some meme coins I wanna trade a little bit. Crypto Lorian, dude, haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you. But dude, I wanna up my fuck coin bag big time. I'm so sure about that one. I'll tell you this, I even like Gorbhouse still. Crazy enough, the guys in that token, the whales are maniacs. It's a terrible meme. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny and it's not clever. It's not whatever. But those guys are maniacs and they will pump it. They keep supporting it. They'll pump it. It's gonna go back to 500,000. It is. So I do want to keep playing Gorbhouse. I use Pocket Universe now, by the way, Mike Bennett, thanks to these guys, really getting on me for not. So I like it. Okay, so we had a story this week. This was just yesterday. But like, guys, billions in Bitcoin are on the move. This is Bitcoin, 14-year-old Bitcoin that's never moved, ever. Has suddenly moved wallets, been split across like 8 wallets, I think it is. And I don't even think it originates from one wallet too. I think there's a few wallets. I think I didn't dig into the story a ton, but I think there's a couple wallets that have 1 billion plus, holdings that have moved their money around, which is really interesting. Bitcoin whale holding 80,000 Bitcoin, it's 8.69 billion. Moved half of it. So I'm not sure if that same wallet then took that, 4 billion and split it across 8, or if that's a whole separate wallet. I do think it's a separate one. I think the story that's going on here is there's multiple wallets holding $1 billion plus are moving their Bitcoin around. And is that to sell? Is it, just spreading the risk? And there's even some theories out there, maybe that wallet got compromised, maybe multiple. Dude, it's crazy. These are guys who mine Bitcoin like at right from the get-go. Single entity moved 8.6 billion of Bitcoin from 8 addresses in the past day. All the Bitcoin moved into the original wallets on either the 2nd of April or 4th of May 2011 has been held for 14 years. Currently, the Bitcoin's sitting in 8 new addresses and has not been moved. This person, maybe they're just setting up for what we're waiting for, right? Banana Zone resumes. And maybe they're just setting themselves up to sell, at that point. But you're looking at a billionaire, and you're also looking at somebody who probably was already really wealthy and didn't need the money. And now it's getting ready to deploy an Ordinals, right? What else could it be? But hell of a story, man. I've seen some speculation that it's this dude here. I don't know if that's just people having fun or not, but could be. It could be. A lot of people out there, guys, with a lot of fucking money. It's wild. Like, there's a lot of money out there. Sometimes you see stuff like this, and it's just a good reminder of how much. And when we're talking about hundreds of dollars or, a couple $1,000, or even if we're talking about, 10, 20, 50, $100,000, it's nothing. There's some dudes out there that doesn't even register. That registers the same way $1 registers to anybody here. It's just different levels to this game, man. And yeah, we're not even playing the same game. Like they're it's not even the same game. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, let me get some King Gizzard on. Let's get into some more fun. All right. 8 billion, 9 billion, 5 billion, whatever it is, billions. Just crazy shit. I'm definitely gonna have to cover this on the newsletter next week. That's what a wild thing. I don't know if it's really this dude, by the way, but now, okay, if you see these kind of tweets out there saying that this is AI cracking, people's seed phrases, getting their private key, it's not. This is bullshit. I know people are still worried that's going to happen. It may be, but doubt it. Arthur Hayes calling for English likes this, I'm sure, but Arthur Hayes calling for 95K Bitcoin. Could be. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know. I read one wallet moved all the addresses, so one owner. Yeah, that could be it. I think in the fog of war, when people are first reporting, they saw, multiple addresses to start. So they thought it was a couple people. It might just be one guy who already had it split. Yep. English has been calling that for a while now. Yeah. So, okay. This comes from Arthur Hayes. I read his whole blog post, and I'm reading it and realizing, man, you get guys like me on here talking about stuff, and I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. When I read his post, I realize I don't know much. You know what I mean? I don't know the macro stuff that helps you really understand the way crypto's going to go. Crypto, I think we know super dialed in at different sectors, and we can get a good feel for that. But when it comes to what has to move first for those to move, I don't know those things. And so I read Arthur Hayes' big old blog post, and it's fascinating, and I want to know it. And I read it twice even. And I'm like, dude, okay, you want to really understand crypto, you better understand every word of what Arthur Hayes was saying. And guys like him, right? Again, there's when I say there's levels to this, even talking about this stuff, there's levels to it. I don't know shit. When you start, reading breakdowns like this, and it all makes sense. And also, it's a prediction. And also, he's saying that 90.95 may not happen. He's saying this is not a call to short Bitcoin. He's just saying there's a scenario setting up here where that could happen. And there's other scenarios that he puts in this post too that invalidate that. To just say it will not happen if this happens and this happens. But it's a great read, and it's a great way to start measuring, your crypto IQ, or your, I guess, your IQ on, broader economy. And mine's pretty low. Don't mind admitting it, but I will be at the point at some point where this makes perfect sense and I know it. And then I can start scanning, have different sources for where I, learn and how I make my predictions. Anyway, still thinks we're going to hover around here for a while, chopping the 100Ks, right? Without a decisive break around above 112,000. Still thinks we're going to get there, but not like break to, a lot of us think we're about to rip to 130, 150. He's saying we might break 112,000. That might be really soon too, but he doesn't think we're going to get the decisive move to that next level. So could be. Dude, Mike, it's fascinating looking at the Bitcoin chart. This is not the best place to look, but it's where I'm looking. But Bitcoin's been almost a stable coin for the past, week or 2 weeks here. It's just been like mostly flat here. Hang on. Did I go in the wrong time frame? Most of June, let's even go back to the, aside from right here where we dipped 100, it's been pretty darn flat. Good morning, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Carbon. It pretty flat. But dude, when I zoom out, it gets, what a weird, right? What a weird past year plus, just over a year. Like, I don't know. It looks very different this time. That's all I can say. It looks different. It feels different. And I can go by feels. That's what I can really go by. I've been in this since, here. I've been in for all of this. Right now feels different. Right now feels like we're not, at the top. It feels like we're not really near the top. This is probably me feeling what somebody like Tech Dev says in the liquidity cycle and that, right? It in business cycle. That's, I think, what I'm feeling. This does not feel like we've topped. It feels to me like we've got like, what is it? This chart's going to look something more like, right now where we're at is like this, and like the big move's still coming. I still think a move that puts us up, 150, 175, 200. In fact, we've got these astronomical targets still out there, and I my feelings take me there. 200K Bitcoin. That's what I'm feeling. Arthur Hayes also gets into stable coins. I know, right? Yeah. By the way, I miss Lemon. I need to get him back. Even get him back to do some TA with us. He's awesome. I love Lemon. Oh, speaking of CoinGecko, could I give a little teaser here? How could I tease this? Let me just say more Swarm Copilot functionality coming out soon. I'll just say that. So my feels put Bitcoin also 200K, maybe more. I know it takes a lot of money to move the market like that. I think a lot of money's coming, and I think the guys holding it are not letting it go. I think it's a supply shock thing that's going to be happening here. I do. But Arthur Hayes also talked about stable coins and how stable coins are going to be used, to prop up the dollar. It's stable coins needing to be backed by US dollars. It's Treasury's got a whole new market here. That's what gets really interesting. That's the stuff I'm starting to understand, and it makes sense. But it's also interesting hearing them talk about, or somebody like Arthur Hayes, and I think a lot of others saying, look, the Genius Act that's going to pass, and it is going to pass. This is not something that originated from like the crypto industry. This originated from bankers. This thing helps the banking industry. We're, if you don't like the old way, I'm sorry, the old way is now coming on chain. It is. And I don't know, dirties up the thing we love for sure. Where we're going, I don't know. But guys, we got a big week coming here. Actually, not this week, but next week. So we kept hearing that July is going to be a big month. Love it. July's supposed to be a big month for trade deals being announced. Man, we're going to get good and bad news when it comes to tariffs, right? We already got news that a deal has not been worked out with Japan, right? We're going to get stories like that. But we're going to get a deal announced with India. I don't think that one's been announced yet. I think we've heard that there is a deal, but I don't know if we've gotten the deal yet. Could be wrong, but I don't think we did. We're going to get some big trade deals announced. I don't think we're getting rate cuts this month now after, what did we get? Unemployment numbers, and they were lower than expected. So probably is pushing rate cuts off to August, maybe. Tom Lee now says 150K top, healthy pullback, then 250. What's the 250K time frame, Mike? When is he feeling that? But the other thing's coming in July. Crypto stuff's happening in July. It is. House is dubbed the week of July 14th, Crypto Week. Guys, this is it. Gravity, good morning, man. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. It's the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, Anti-CBDC Act. I didn't know that was a thing even, but Genius Act is the big one. Clarity Act also just as big. They're probably going to pass that week. Again, because these are helping the banking industry and the U.S. dollar. It does. These are going to pass. And, the thought was by August, the Genius Act is done, signed. New game at that point. I believe it. 250K within a year. I like that. I think this goes well into. I don't know if all-time highs coming. I'm in line with that. All-time high. A lot of us, past cycles thinking October, November, whatever, fall. But more and more, this all feels like it's delayed and pushed, and probably all-time high next year, which would be pretty unusual, I think. But yeah, I like that 250K next year, and then guys at that point we're 4 years off or so from these next price targets, which is 1 million Bitcoin. And I do think that's coming. I'm sure that's coming. But at that point, we'll have a new president. And do they start unwinding crypto policies? That's what's going to be super interesting. I doubt it. I think crypto's too big to fail now, but I expect still, as I know some of you, I'm expecting a black swan for sure. There has to be one. There will be one. But the July 14th, the week of July 14th is Crypto Week. And it could be a really big one for us. Could be a really big one for us. Did I cash out? Oh yeah, dude. If I definitely have not cashed out. I'm not positioned well, I'll say that. I'm not very liquid, but I have my bets in, right? I've got my bets. I'm not cashing out. I don't think we're near all-time high at all. All-time high within the next 12 months, and it's going to be a monster all-time high. That's my thought. I would not be out. I know a lot of guys here are looking to cash out end of summer, sometime early fall, right? And just playing it safe. Like, you don't need to time the top here. Get out while you're up nicely. So I know a lot of guys are looking for this next pump, up into the, 100, 20, 30, 40, anywhere. I know a lot of people are looking to get out then during that time. Maybe me. Maybe I start getting out some of my positions right then. That would probably be smart. That would be really smart. But I don't think we see peak Bitcoin, peak euphoria across, these different sectors in crypto. I don't think till next year. And so there's more time. I personally wouldn't be out now. I think now is cutting it way too early. Now, again, fall is a different story. Fall, if we're up, I don't think that's too early. I think there's more to go from there, but I don't think that's too early. I think it's a great spot to be making your plans for a bear market. It's Richard Hart moving Bitcoin, preparing for Pulse Chain, Pulse Dex or Pulse X, and Hex Pump. That's spicy. I like your PFP or whatever. Anyway, I can't wait. In the next couple of weeks, you're gonna be super spicy potentially. I still think all-time high this month too. I really do. I do think NFTs are gonna pump. I don't think hard. I think they're going to pump. I think we're going to have a hot few weeks at least, and I think it's going to look. Here's why. I mean, it's obvious, but I don't think we repeat what happened last cycle. I do think that's going to happen again, and I think that's 5 years off or 4 years off. But I think we're going to get a really hot market driven by guys like Luca Nets just pumping the shit out of NFTs, whales. They want it to happen. They're going to deploy, like Luca said, he's going to deploy all his ETH into NFTs. But like, look, we still have the abstract token coming, and that's going to be a big old NFT push behind that stuff too. It just is. And we got the OpenSea drop coming. So we have two massive NFT focused platforms that have their big TGE coming. It's in their best interest to have NFTs pumping. I'm positive NFTs are going to cook for a bit. Is it like a week or 2 weeks? I think it's more than that, right? I think we probably have a good 4-6 week super hypey little micro NFT bull. I don't think we're going to see anything insane. Like, we're not going to see Bored Apes back to 50 or even 40. I don't even know about 30. But do we see Bored Apes in the 20s again? Probably. And Doodles up to, 3 or 5 ETH. That I'm not sure about Doodles. GVC up to like a 3 ETH floor. Yeah, I think so still. And Ordinal, I still think Ordinals are going to do something cool this cycle. And I still think the best of them is still that, next cycle off. But I think Ordinals are going to get hot again. And, but art, I actually still think more than PFPs, I think art is going to be maybe the main thing of this NFT cycle. Although the FX hash token drop it's a bummer, dude. I don't want to say it's a disaster, but it's really not great. Anybody who didn't follow that, by the way, I'll pull it up. This token got decimated, and it looked so strong at first. So FX hash token claim was a few weeks back, right? And it was like a big long claim window. They set up the LP. They launched their artist tokens. I was hoping this would do well because, again, art is kind of hot right now. It's not crazy, but it's kind of hot. And this thing out of the gate runs up to what, 6-7 mil? It topped out at like almost 11 mil. And I'm like, dude, okay, it makes sense. It's art season. There's a big, the art cabal, and they just got friends and supporters. I'm like, this thing I thought would live at like 12 to 15 mil. Well, turns out artists don't like it because artists don't get it, which is a problem. It's like how gamers don't get NFTs and tokens, even when it's in their best interest to understand it and get in it, right? Gamers, we all know this. They're super stubborn, and they hate NFTs, and they hate crypto, even though it helped them more than anybody, and they probably have an advantage over most people. They hate it. Well, artists hate fungible tokens in the art world, and they're making a mistake. They're being lazy. They're so stuck on token equals price, and token equals, price speculation, and token equals meme coins, token equals scammers. I get why they think that, but they're wrong, and it's a lazy take. They can't think of a fungible token paired with an NFT and just that, especially an art NFT, but they can't think of that as like just a new tool, a new vehicle, a new way to like, make your art more interactive. Do something cool. Do it. It's a new tool. It's a new tool in your tool belt, and they're so stuck on the gross part of meme coins, and they think that is what FX hash is doing here, and it's not. So pretty brutal. After this dump, still looked good, and then FX hash did a spaces. They did a spaces, like I think it was like right here-ish, and that spaces was just artists beating them up over it. And a lot of bad feedback about the platform. Like platform, I'll pull it up. It's not easy to use now. Like the whole experience of go buy FXH, then go swap FXH for an artist token, then take that artist token and mint a piece. And then how do you view the piece? There's so many hoops to jump through. So like the user experience isn't good. The artists don't want a fungible token. It's not good. I was surprised by this, but also it's one of those things in hindsight shouldn't have been surprised. Oh, here, that was the spaces right here. That was it. So this initial dump, it makes sense. Guys are looking for money. A bunch of people got a big old airdrop, right? And they sold it. I get it. This was the spaces. I think a lot of people are holding and waiting to hear this, just waiting to hear. They just wanted to get a feel for what's the direction. And sometimes you want to hear, are other people bullish on it? I'm going to be more bullish if I hear other people bullish. Well, they got on this spaces and everybody just fucking shat on this thing. And that's what it's done since. It's a bummer. It also makes sense. I look at FX hash and what's minting over there that's doing a volume and what big artists are dropping over there. It's nothing. No, there's nothing happening there. So while I thought this is a $12-15 million token, and I do think when this picks back up, it will be, but this makes sense for now. There's nothing on the platform that's going to drive, drive people to this token. I don't think it falls much lower than 2 mil. I actually think right here is a really good, for me, I think it's a good entry. By the way, I'll show you Copilot because I've got new features loaded in this one. I'm using like a beta version. And I'll show you a couple new fields that I found that I think are really fucking cool. So I've already gone and toggled on some stuff. We can now see... we saw Epoch before. It gives you an idea of how early somebody was to that token, like their entry into it. We now see how frequent they're trading too. You can kind of get an idea of that in flow, right? You get their volume, but you get to see like that's like money wise. That's measuring money, how much they're trading. This is how like many transactions. So the presence, how often are they trading? So if I want to zero in on like high volume people, yeah, dude, the chart looks bad. It helps to know that it's a well-established project that has plans, has the great connections, has great artists that have dropped. And so like one major drop sends this thing. So on the launch, they've had, the founder drop the collection. That's the only major art drop. They get a major art drop and it's a different game. And they have Art Blocks caliber artists. They have Art Blocks artists that probably are going to relaunch here. So there are catalysts coming for this one that bring it right back up to at least here. This is just pure FUD. And the FUD makes sense. Anyway, so now I can see at a glance who are the most active traders that I then maybe want to be filtering. There we go. This guy, hyperactive. I probably then want to focus on this guy's trades and see what he's doing. I'm also then curious, is he a smart trader or not? Right? And there's so many metrics here that show me that. I don't understand this quite yet, but I can see the entry method. Was it through a DEX? There's these lines that say transfer. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's a transfer as opposed to a swap, as opposed to, whatever. I gotta ask the team what that means, but we've got all these new columns and I've filtered out half of them. I only have half of these right now. We have stake percentage. So that works really well on something like Vader. Anywhere where there's a token that has staking, super cool. That at a glance, I can, again, see smart traders. I'm always looking for that. I'm looking to see, are the smart traders buying now? If so, if I see a lot of smart traders buying, I'm like, that's probably my sign I should be buying. But stake percentage, we see how much of their total bag is staked. 14% here, this person, 100%. 100%. There's just so many cool metrics you get at a glance here. I just fucking love this thing. Man, love fuckcoin. Love fuckcoin. What else we got? Senate Banking Committee hearing on crypto market structure on Monday. No, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think that's Wednesday. We got some stuff coming up. We got some cool stuff coming up that, any one of these could be a catalyst. Could be. Let's peek, by the way. Let's peek because, yeah. Spread is live. Should be live. If not, it'll be any moment now. Yeah. Okay, really soon. In fact, let's go to Deck Screener and let's see if we can find that token pair before it shows on over on virtuals. I don't think we'll find it super early, but it's fun. Dude, I think that's the play. I think it's, if you're smart with it, it's Bitcoin. It's the majors, Bitcoin, Solana, ETH. And then if you want to degen, Hyperliquid and Fuckcoin. And if you want to get super degen, right? If you want to really gamble, it's some of the meme coins like Fuckcoin and Labubu. And there's some good stuff. But yeah, I think now's still the time to be in. And yeah. All right, so I'm looking for spread. I want to see when it launches. What I'm curious with this is I just like to see if we can find it early before it shows up on virtuals. If there's ever a time you can play here. It also shows on that trust web app too, and I think that's like the quickest place you can get it. Kat's taught me that. But I'm watching here. I'm just sorted by new pairs on base. Hang on, am I on base? Yeah. Oh, you guys like that one? Yeah. Musty, what's the market cap of that one? And let me see what other quick story. I'm not getting to hardly anything I want to talk about today, and I am wrapping this in like 10 minutes to go do the Crypto Bat stream. A reminder, heads up, anybody who just joined, but last Aussie concert today ever, and we're streaming that in the Crypto Bats Discord. It's all day. It's an all day thing. 50 mil. Did I see that? Who was it? Who just partnered with Nobody? Who just partnered with the Nobody IP? Was it Azuki or was it like it was a big Web3 brand partnered with like Nobody, I think. I do. That's something I really want to do. I want to start leverage trading, which I know is so dangerous. But if I'm trying to hit a home run on, meme coins, I might as well try to hit a home run on Hyperliquid, right? Plus airdrop, right? Yeah, I think there's a lot of good reasons. Oh, I think spread. Wait, that's probably that's a fake spread. Yeah, that's a fake spread. This one's taken a little longer than I would have thought to launch. It doesn't usually take 30-ish minutes. Everyone's going to get wrecked this year next. Leverage, huh? Oh, wait, so not Hyperliquid, meme coins? Yep, I got you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, meme coins are not the same now. Not to say there's not opportunities out there. There definitely are. Hey, I still think the best play is conviction plays. Conviction plays. We saw a guy, this was on the timeline, in the past couple of days, somebody on that, guys who believed in that useless coin that just held and held and held, and that thing, some dudes we saw like, they fucked off with it. They retired, right? Conviction. I've got conviction in a certain few things. My biggest conviction is Ordinals. Doesn't matter what anybody says. I believe in that thesis. And I see, again, 5 years out, 4 years out, I believe in the Ordinals thing. There's nothing that's going to convince, nothing can convince me that's not going to happen. I believe in it so much. And I hope it plays out just like, just like some of these meme coin plays of people who just believe, like we know somebody who's done that through Moodang and through Whiff and through some other, and they just that stupid retarded level conviction, and you got it. That can work. It does work a lot of times. All right, let me peek. I'm bummed for FX hash though. Oh, we had some moon. This is funny. Actually, English, I'm glad you're here. I got to ask you. Okay, so Moonbirds launched some Telegram stickers. Everybody's doing that now. They raised like I want to say $1 million, or maybe it was 500,000. But like this meta works, and it's interesting. It shows at the right price, NFT people are still willing to buy NFTs if they don't feel like old NFTs, right? Because old NFTs, people just know that they're not going anywhere. They're not going to move. It's not going to do anything crazy for you. I don't think people think these Telegram NFTs are either, but there's something about a cheap Telegram NFT sticker that people are willing to part with their money. And I think it's because they're cheap. So Moonbirds launched, $20 sticker packs. They sold out. A lot of money. So Taproot Wizards launched a Telegram. Taproot Wizards now have a Telegram. And I'm wondering if maybe Taproot Wizards are thinking about launching a sticker pack too. I don't know. And if they are, I don't think English can spill the beans. But English on the Taproot Wizards team, They did launch a Telegram. I'm just wondering. Put 5-ish at the bottom and spray and pray. Not much to lose. Potential is, yeah. Hey, I think this week, I mean, holiday weeks are so slow. I just have a feeling next week's going to be pretty spicy. Like pretty spicy. Anyway, I've got like a little feeling that maybe Taproot Wizards are going to drop a sticker pack. Maybe. It wouldn't feel super on brand, but Udi's like kind of a maniac, so maybe. If I were betting, I would actually make that bet. And I wouldn't feel confident about it, but that Taproot Wizards drop some sticker packs. Dude, you guys want to see the craziest? I got to play this AI video for you. AI content is getting so wild, man. Check this out, dude. This is wild. This is all AI. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but dude, the movie industry is about to get just fucking wrecked.
Is that what I think it is?
There are 5 holy blades that grant immortality and the strength of 100 men. The king has 1, and the other 4 were thought to be lost. But now you have found one, and it has chosen you. The bond is forged, though incomplete. Only death can break it. And whoever kills you claims the blade. While you remain mortal, the entire galaxy.
It's crazy. It is. So, dude, I have mostly lived in that headspace that AI, replaces everybody's jobs. And like, not everybody, but tens of percents, right? 10, 20, 30%. I still believe that. I still believe it. And then I also now start thinking more and more there's new jobs that'll open up, and maybe it doesn't replace as many jobs. It makes us better at our jobs. I mean, like that for sure too. It's all going to come down to people and how people are willing to, adapt. Like, do you use AI to make you better at your job so you keep your job and you just do more and different things? Or are you that person that's just, because I just remember when I worked in corporate, there's people who just sit there and they do their data entry and they're not doing it fast and they don't care and they're just doing the thing. And then when they're done, they just kind of do nothing, right? And there's no motivation to actually do stuff and contribute. Those kind of people get replaced, right? For sure. But people who are there and like moving and contributing and part of the thing, I think there's always going to be work for them. And make no mistake, it's going to be a problem though. And especially actually more than anything, like movie industry is going to be disrupted hard. What are these people going to do? You are literally like, you can already do it now. You can already make stuff like this now, and it's okay. In another year, I mean, 3 years off at the most, there will be, I bet you we're going to see our first AI movie in the movie theater. Within 3 years, our first like blockbuster AI movie. I believe that. It's so disruptive, and it plays into my thesis on why I think NFTs are, and crypto too, but why I think NFTs are going to be worth so much. It's part of that story. If AI is going to replace these jobs, again, it's going to disrupt stuff at least. It plays into why NFTs will be so valuable, specific ones. And specifically Ordinals. I think Ordinals more than anything. That's my conviction play. I have believed it for years. I believe it more and more. Every day, it's the same or more. And I can't let go. I can't let go of these bags. I can't. I believe it that much. Man, I'm so fucking pumped for the Aussie concert. Back to the... Yeah, again, any crypto bats holders, like all day, all fucking day long will be in the Discord. It's starting in 30 minutes. I don't know if the first band starts in 30 minutes or if it's like that's just when the stream starts, but like this is today. Black Sabbath, Aussie, Metallica, fuck yeah, dude. Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon. Oh, who else? Okay, they've got more. Okay, Billy Corgan, cool shit. Then Bizkit's gonna be there. Hang on. Anybody else that I love? Slash Tom Morello. Yeah, dude, it's just gonna be awesome. Again, all day we're streaming. All day, starting in 30 minutes. This is gonna be so fucking cool. I'm getting a pizza. I'm eating a gummy. I'm gonna get fucked up today and have a good time with the Bats fam. I haven't talked to some of these guys in like a year. I miss those dudes. Like that's my old fam. Met English through those guys, through the Bats. I don't like Limp. I don't hate them, but I've always thought, I mean, from when they came out till now, I always thought they were kind of lame. But also, you know what? If anything, I appreciate them more now than I did back then. I thought they were so fucking terrible back then. Even with what's his name? What's the Wes Borland is a phenomenal guitar player. But yeah, I could never get into. Even now, I can't get into them. But I like their thing now. I like that they got that shtick. Ian, why Ordinals? I'm glad you asked, sir. Because, and this is like the light version of the thesis, but the thesis is jobs getting replaced. It is going to happen, at least disrupted in a big way. Look, most people think that we're heading towards some type of UBI or universal higher income, because it's going to be so cheap to produce things. It's going to be so cheap to produce things because AI is going to do it so much more efficiently and at scale, and everything's going to be faster, easier, all this. It's everything more accessible, easier to just get things done. When you start adding robotics to this too and stuff gets automated, like at the physical level, then we get to something really weird where how are people making money? And again, is it UBI? Is it just whatever job you're doing, you get paid much more? Again, because the cost of goods, the cost of goods should go down because it's so much easier to produce. That's the thesis. A lot of people see this coming. And so then I think back to COVID. What happened when we all had a lot of money? We got it via stimulus, right? But we had a lot of money. We just given money. Well, if we head to this like era of abundance, and again, everything's cheaper, we got more money, what are you going to waste it on? I believe we're going to waste it on collectibles again. Like crypto for sure. I mean, this is nothing but like the giga bull case for Bitcoin. But also what happens when we have more money and we don't have enough to spend it on because everything's so cheap? Like we're set. Most people think this is coming, era of abundance. Rare collectibles that matter. Most NFTs, no, fuck no. The select few that are rare that, continue to be the culture, the rare art things, the cool PFPs like Pudgy Penguins, do they last till then? If so, they're going to do phenomenal too. But I still think Bitcoin, as it grows and becomes this multi-million-dollar asset, man, you combine that with these like rare artifacts that are stored on chain and that happen to be on Bitcoin, and over the next few years continue to build up their lore and their legacy. And part of that lore and legacy is how people hate them right now. And people think they're stupid and they don't get them. But no matter what, that Bitcoin community, those Ordinals collector, that community is not going away. And at some point, I think those become the ultimate flex, right? The ultimate collectible on the ultimate blockchain, the blockchain where its underlying currency is worth $1 million a coin. I think these become like the most valuable digital collectibles in the world. And again, not all of them, very few of them. A few of those top collections, 10, 20, 30,000 of those NFTs on Bitcoin become like the most sought after NFTs in the world, along with a crypto play. Like I believe this at that level almost. I think those top Ordinals collections still, and I'll say them, OMB, Quantum Cats, Taproot Wizards, Node Monks. I'm missing one in there, right? Puppets, Bitcoin puppets. I think people are going to look at those, and it's going to take one celebrity that looks at those Ordinals and also thinks that too. Ultimate flex. right? Ultimate Flex is a cool ordinal. That's it. Then normies come in. And I think the NFT people are going to be late to it. I think they've already written it off. And I think normies are going to come in and think NFT on Bitcoin, it's already worth 20,000. Well, fuck yeah. Sense, I think, is one of the best collections across any chain. Amazing narrative, awesome art. Just Sense is it. Sense is going to be up there. But anyway, I believe Ordinals in 5-ish years, when Bitcoin's $1 million a coin, I think Ordinals are going to be one of the most sought after collectibles in the world. Again, that ties into the AI thing. It ties into the, UBI, scenario too. It's all tied together. If any of that doesn't happen, then maybe the scenario doesn't play out. But I think that's all going to happen. We're going to get spendy, and man, if we have everything we need, what do we not have? Like very rare on-chain collectibles. There's only so many of them. So yeah, just general. That's the Ordinals thesis, and I believe it. I again, since when I first learned of Ordinals, January 2023, it clicked right away. Right away, I'm like, oh my god, really? Like NFTs on mainnet? We're talking in a bear market, and it clicked back then. I'm like, holy shit. And I could never believe that people didn't, it didn't click for everybody at once, but people got so wrecked by NFTs. I get why it didn't too, right? Like a lot of people said NFTs are never coming back. Most of them aren't. I still think 5 years out, we have an NFT super cycle thing again. I believe that. I think at that point, metaverse is like a thing again, finally. These art, NFTs, these ones that are, already selling for hundreds of thousands, if not millions, reach that next level. And there are some there are some of the biggest billionaires in the world who are here in the space with us on Anon accounts, who are collecting art. They are you got guys like this who will eventually be talking about this stuff very publicly. I don't have any track. Maybe I should look into track. I'm not familiar. What is track? Is that is that a rune? Is it a BRC20? Is it an ordinal? I've heard it mentioned here too, and I just never looked into it. And shit, guys, I'm gonna have to boogie in a second here. Oh, it is an ordinal. Track. Hang on, what is track? Mike Bennett. Here, I might be retarded here with how I'm searching it, but I'm just going to search track. Is it these BRC20s? No, it can't be that. Anyway, yeah, I should look into that. Just not familiar. Man, so bullish on this stuff. Yeah, I think most of this will be worthless. One of the best things it has going for it still, though, is that Bitcoin is hopefully getting its upgrade, right? We're still expecting this fork that makes Bitcoin, kind of smart, more utility. But I just always remember when it gets okay. Yeah, I need to look into that more. That's familiar. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that idea is great. But yes, out of anything out there collectible wise, there's just these ones I got a star next to are the ones I'm just so bullish on. And I got to scroll down and even get honey badgers in there. I like Fugaedrons, no, but I like them. I think they'll do well. I just think they're great. Honey badgers, yes, I do think those will be I think those will be spicy too. We'll see. I have a hard time seeing that thesis not play out. But again, if anything changes with AI or crypto legislation or, there's ways it doesn't happen. That is if we alter our course drastically. But if we stay on this course of AI and automation and what's coming, you know, again, COVID 2.0, but it's going to be more extreme. And it's just, what are we to do with our extra money? We buy things we want. We have fun collecting. We have, at that point, hundreds of millions of more people in crypto. Like, the user base is like so like astronomically bigger than it is today. And it just takes a few of those guys that Ordinals clicks. It takes one big influential person to have Ordinals click. Like I don't know who's like like top celeb influencer these days, like a LeBron James, but whoever's like next level, I don't know if it's him anymore. It takes one guy like that over the course of the next few years to go see Bitcoin, and again, biggest flex in the world. It is, and it will be even more. And then to see the collectibles on Bitcoin and be like, aha, I'm going to rock that PFP. It's going to happen. Hey, good shit, dude. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Dude, nothing beats that. Just make sure it's not a scam coin that got airdropped to you. Make sure it's one you bought. Right? That's a whole thing these days, right? People will airdrop tokens to you. Wow, well, Spread did pretty good. All right. Spread did pretty good. I mean, shit, boys. I sell here. It's turned, I turned 11 virtual into 95. That's not so bad. Yeah, I think Spread is actually more legit than, I think Spread's kind of legit. Where does it settle? We haven't seen one of these settle over $1 million really recently. This one is interesting to come out of the gates at $2 million. Got a lot of profit taking going on there, which makes sense. We don't see this much these days. I don't see this getting back to 2 million. Dude, if this were like 6 weeks ago, this would live over 2. This would probably be 3, 4, 5 mil. Right now, actually could live at 1.5. I think Spread's really good. Yesterday or maybe day before when we were chatting, I'm like, this might be my all-in play. If I had more virtual sitting there, it would have been. I'm at the point right now where I don't think I would hate taking $150. Again, it puts myself out for 10 days. I would stop accruing points. 130 is not enough for me for, VPay. But dude, if this gets to like 2.5, I might do it. For a few $100, I might. Again, if I'd planned this better, I would have unstaked everything already and just done one mass dump right here, but did not plan that well. Anyway, this is good to see. This is it's a great look. I mean, guys, if you got in this pre-sale, you're looking at a 5, 6, 7, 8, like an 8x. You got basically an 8 or 9x here. Cats, I didn't know they did that. Good shit. I'm not going to answer that, Musty. I'm not answering that. No, actually, I can't answer it. I was going to say 0 because I've not realized any. Like, it's all on paper. But that's not true. I would say I'm up 1,000. And if I were playing this smarter, it would be up much more. But most of it is just staked. Almost like 95% of this is staked. My big win, dude, was on Virgin. Got a big old airdrop of Virgin. Sold it, made $1,600. I'm still riding free in a way, right? And I've got, I don't know, $1,500. My portfolio is only $1,500. I've not thrown much at this ecosystem. So it's better than 0. I'm learning a lot. And I still think this could play out. I'll show. This could play out in a few months that this stuff, some of these actually do very, very well. Some of these, not many, but some. So at this point, this is all like, since it's cost nothing, we're just going to ride it and see. Total stake value 1,200. So again, I could unstake everything and in 2 weeks sell it and maybe get 1,000 out of it. It's not bad. It's not amazing either. Is it worth all that time? Well, I happen to like it a lot. So for that, yes. And this is more of a bet for, the months down the road. So we shall see. Spread. Wait. Talking spread? If we're talking spread, it's a new prediction market. New prediction market on base, I believe. But launching on virtual, so AI coin. Cool about the NFT. In fact, I might even be up a little more. I'm trying to think if there's any other coins I sold and actually took profits on. I think no. But dude, this will make you throw up, Musty. Actually, English too. Any of you guys who don't like staking, when you see the list of how many tokens I have staked, it's disgusting. Okay, everything you're looking at here is all the tokens I hold. And when they're grayed out here, it means I got them staked. So I got some Iris sitting on the side I should stake. There's some virtual. But aside from that, every token I have is staked. Smart. It's a smart. Virtuals is smart. Get people locking up their tokens, dangle points in front of them. Is it working out? You guys, I think, realize this in case you don't. But everybody that's on, putting out on the timeline, I just hit a 20x. I just hit a 50x. I just whatever. And they keep saying it's another one. I just hit another one. None of them are realizing those profits. Almost none of them. I would bet you 10 to 15% of people at most are actually realizing profits. And when they do realize those profits, they're out of the game for a week and a half. So most of them are going to the little swap page. They're going to the little swap page, and they're just typing in like I did before. They're typing in a number. They're doing like this. They're going, okay, we'll do a big number. They're saying, I spent 5 virtual, and my 5 virtual I just turned into 511. They take the screenshot, they tweet it out, and they didn't realize any of it. It's all staked. That's what's going on. 80%, 85, 90% of people out there tweeting about it. That's exactly what they're doing. 8 extra spread. Very cool, man. Very cool. Are you selling, by the way? You gonna hold that, or are you selling that? Ian, I don't really have a Discord, although I don't know what I'm doing with that. I don't. Hit me up on X though. Hit me up on X. Like there's a bat cave. There's a secret hideout. Hit me up on X. I still have these goals of getting us more organized. The big fucking catalyst to get us more organized to me in my head was always when NFT season comes, because I know we'll get great whitelists, and just NFT season's not really happened, so there haven't been great whitelists. But yeah, DM me here, man. I'll invite you. It's just like not the official Discord. All right, let me think. There's there's so much I want to get into still, but I cannot, because it's CryptoBats time. So again, if you're a CryptoBats holder, come hop in Discord. We're streaming the concert. It's all day. It's all fucking day. It's like from now till I think like 7 p.m. or so. It's gonna be. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait. Dead, bro. Dead. Dude, honestly, cats, I want to preserve it, but I'm just tempted to delete it. But I don't want to lose everything there. So it's like it can just go and it can just be a graveyard. And at some point, maybe we ramp it back up. But I think we need NFTs for that. Most of those guys aren't doing virtuals. Most of them aren't doing anything with meme coins or, any fungible tokens at all. Like most people are just waiting for NFTs to come back, and we waiting a while. So yeah. Anyway, guys, subscribe over here. It's Inside NFTs. Just so you know, if you're new watching, normally we've got the same crew, but if you're new watching, I do this 7 days a week. Monday through Friday, I stream over here on CryptoSlam. Mostly virtuals coverage over there. I actually stream the FX hash stuff. So as NFT stuff ramps up, we'll do way more streams about that too, which is awesome. Hang on, let me peek at spread. It is the new idiots club. Let me peek at spread again. Yeah, 700K. Yeah, it's like just nothing's really going to give us that million. You know, maybe it settles around a mil, but Daredevil, I think, settled around 3, 4, 5, 600K. By the way, I'll just spoil it. Did you guys like Jared that was on the show like a week ago? What'd you guys think of Jared? Jared Dillinger from the Daredevil project. Daredevil agent. Do you guys like him? Cool dude, right? Like cool fucking guy. Met him out at VCon. Like great. He's a cool fucking guy. I like him. So there you go. Crypto Bats. Dude, he's great, right, Cats? Okay, I'll just say this. You might be seeing him around. You might be seeing him around the show a lot more. We'll say that. There's that little teaser. Cool guy. Like we vibe. I think we're going to keep vibing. Crypto Bats. Crypto Bats is Ozzy Osbourne's NFT collection. And believe it or not, we're still alive. We're not doing much right now, right? We're just kind of like we're here. We're not putting out anything new right now, but we're still here and we're still vibing and I'm still working for them. And yeah, we're going to stream that concert, the whole damn show over in Discord. Now, if they block the screen because like some anti-piracy shit, I may move it over to Abstract. We'll find a way to do it. And if we can't get it, like if we just can't share the screen for some reason, I'm going to give away some USDC so people can buy the stream. So we'll set up, I don't know how many, but we'll do some giveaways. But yeah. Anyway, you guys can follow me at Huda_idiot on X. Again, 7 days a week I do this. Actually, the end of this month will be 2 years. 2 years of doing this. It's been awesome. It's been so much freaking fun. But there we go. Guys, have a great day. I'll be back here live tomorrow morning, same time, 8 a.m. Eastern. And I hope to see you over in the Crypto Bats, guys. Hope you have a great day, fam. We'll see you. Goodbye.